Hello and welcome again, and let's start the new session. So today we'll see currently if you see in the market and everywhere is AI. Everyone is talking about the AI. Someone using Chat GPT, Llama, Copilot, anything. But as from the development side, so what I find that Copilot integrated with the Visual Studio is very powerful and very useful. So I thought let's why not give a try using the GitHub Copilot in Visual Studio Code. So for today, we'll start from the scratch. We'll see that how we can set up our Visual Studio Code. Then we will see that how we can embed or we can connect the GitHub Copilot to the Visual Studio Code. After that, we'll see that we'll try to create a simple web application using the GitHub Copilot. Okay, so let's start. The first thing first that let's try to download the Visual Studio Code. So let me download the Visual Studio Code, and that is code.visualstudio. You can download freely. You already aware that if you are in the development field, then you must be aware that Visual Studio Code is one of the most powerful code editor available in the marketplace. The best thing that it is free and supported by the Microsoft. So it's being keep updated for the latest technology. And if you see here on the screen itself, some Copilot activities are already running. So we'll try to implement the same similar activity here. So for first, let's go ahead and download the Copilot. So based on your operating system, you can go for downloading the Windows or for Mac. Currently, if I'm recording this one on my Windows system, so I'm going to download for the Windows. So let's download. It won't take much time. It's somewhat around the 30 to 40 MB of download. So sorry, it is 103 MB of download. So it is about download. Okay, and give me a few more seconds. Yes. Okay, so it is downloaded. So let's start. The installation is not something magic or something technical. It's simple like any installer for the Microsoft product. The Microsoft is good and at least very user friendly UI for the installation anything. So here I just click on the open exe files and start installation. You can choose that what other options you want with over here. Like if I'm clicking on this one, open with the code, then whenever I will do the right click on any item, it will give me an option to open with code in the window explorer or context menu. Okay, it will take few minutes to install the VS Code on your machine. The very good thing, it's very lightweight and very powerful. It provides a lot of extension, and you can use this Visual Studio Code for developing anything, nearly anything. Not only the web application or not only the any other application, you can use anything. If you see here on the left hand side on the page, if you see that it is supporting Node.js, it's supporting TypeScript, Python, Java, C++, or Docker, data science, Azure remote. So nearly everything is supported in the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so let's close this window and open here. Here, if you see that Visual Studio Code is open. So this is the very first look of Visual Studio Code. These are some of the options. You can go ahead and change your themes, or you can go ahead and make any modification as per your wish. For example, currently it is in the dark mode, but if you want, then you can go ahead and change those UI screens from the setting option. You will give the other options. These are a few of the options by default available here. Okay, so now let's explore few more things over here. At the left hand side, if you see, there are some icons. The first one is the just a explorer, that is the file explorer or anything. Second one just for searching for anything like any code editor have. This is very interesting thing. This is for the source control. For example, if you are connecting with a uh, Git or anywhere, or any, if you are going to use any other source control, maybe the GitLab, GitHub or anything, then you can very easily integrate from here. I'm not going to go in that section because for today we are not targeting those Git or any integration. Just explore few things. Here if you see that it provides the option to run and debug. It means it's not just an editor for your application, it's a full-fledged working IDE. You can run any application from the Visual Studio Code itself. You can debug any application within the Visual Studio Code itself. You need not to jump from anywhere. Not only these normal things, you can go for the Pythons, you can go for Node.js, AngularJS, so nearly anything you can do. Now comes the last part. This is extension part. This is one of the most powerful. If you see, I click over here and you will see that a lot of options available. For example, if I want to develop any application using Python, then I need to install the Python. See here the Python for C++, Python developer, Jupyter, anything. So you will see that not only there is unlimited, nearly unlimited extension available. So based on your requirement, you can go ahead and download. If you see this for C# development, there is options. Now here if you see the GitHub Copilot. So for today, I'm going to use the GitHub Copilot. So let's install this one. So we are going to install GitHub Copilot. Simply click on install. It may take few seconds to few minutes to install the GitHub Copilot in your applications. And the best thing that if you see it done. So we have the GitHub Copilot. So let me close this extension windows and show you over here. Now if you see that in account signing, so GitHub Copilot. So now go ahead and sign in for the Copilot. The very good thing, initially the GitHub Copilot was a paid account. Now if you see that it is available for free up to some extent. I won't say that full-fledged is available over here, but for individual purpose there is an option available for the Copilot. So I'm going to use this free one, get started one. So if you see here, you can directly start from here and you can start asking anything. But I'm going to install this option in the Copilot. See, already giving install Copilot in a favorite code editor, that is Visual Studio Code. Click open. It was already installed, so nothing. So let's try. Let's see what else. Okay. If you see that it is opening the same window. Okay. Now on the right hand side, if you see that it's saying sign in to use the Copilot for free. So you just need to sign in once. It will redirect you to GitHub. I am already logged in to the the GitHub, so it is not asking for me. So I'm clicking on the continue. But if you have not signed in, it will ask for your GitHub credential and it will connect the GitHub Copilot with your Visual Studio Code. It's one-time activity. You need not to log in again and again. So I'm opening Visual Studio Code. It will again relaunch Visual Studio Code. Now we are good. Now, if you see, the Visual Studio Code is set up with the Copilot. Here you can see that you can directly ask for the Copilot. So let me close this one. And I try to explore the options. Now if you see that in the account option, it's giving me the option that now it is connected with my GitHub. So here if you see that it's saying the Bhargav Pandey, it means I'm already logged in. I can sign out from here. And again, if you see that from here, you can very easily go for the connect my GitHub over here. You just need to download the extension for Windows. So I'm not going to use this one. So for today, our purpose is not to go ahead and do these things. We'll see in some other time that how we can connect our Visual Studio Code with the Git or any other code repository. For today, we are going to use this one. So there are two options, GitHub, and if you see the Varga Pandey, it's saying GitHub Copilot chat. On the top bar, if you see that one new icon has been added here, if you see that, it's saying the toggle chat from here. So click on the open code editor. Now I will show you, let me close this one to avoid the blank screen. Now we'll see the magical power of the Copilot, how it is useful for any developer. If you are working in any other language, you can choose and it will automatically detect. Just open your code on the Visual Studio Code and open the Copilot. The Copilot will automatically connect itself with the current open code. It will refer. So whatever command you are giving here, it will automatically apply the changes according to your command or according your prompt on your window. But here if you see that I have not opened anything, it's the fresh new installation of Visual Studio Code and fresh connection with the Copilot. So for today, I will keep it short. We will try to create a registration page, web page, a simple web page for registering the user and giving the confirmation that you have been registered. So currently, if you see that to make this one, we will take at least an hour, uh, at least 1 hour, maybe. Maybe if you are the more expert, then you can do in 30 minutes, but it will take some time and you have to do a lot of coding. You have to create the design, you have to like create the UI, everything. But here if you see that by supplying simple prompt to the Copilot, it will create. For example, let me give the prompt. Okay, so I'm giving the prompt, create oh, create a user registration website using Bootstrap, a responsive website using Bootstrap and jQuery. Let's apply the prompt. Now it will take few moments. Now if you see that it created the complete structure of our application, it giving that a random name of responsive registration website, giving the src, css style sheet, js, index, html, everything. Now if you want to add everything on the get it ready, currently this is the structure. So let me go ahead and create a workspace for me. Okay, so I'm going to create a workspace on my E drive and let me put something over here, something let's say learn, and make it registration. Oh, but not purchased. Let me go here and use the learn and set as parent folder. Now if you see here, it is creating those required files for me. If you see here, I haven't written any single line of code till yet, but now if I open this workspace, you will see that the entire application is ready for me. If you see here, this is the index.html. If you see that it is using the Bootstrap, if you want to get it download, then you can download the version. Currently it is pointing to there directly. And if you see that the required JS file is already provided. For example, if you see that for validation, it already given with a jQuery for the validation JS. For CSS, style sheet is ready for me. So till now, if you see that I haven't written in a single line of code, but my registration web page is ready. So let's run and see how it look like. Run with the web app. Let's open the edge. Oh, okay. So you can run from here, but let me. Okay, I need to set up this one. Oh, I haven't set up this one. So let me directly go to the folder and open this one. Okay, so this is my web page, responsive website, Sarsi, and let me open this index page in the edge. And here, if you see that web page is ready with all those validation. If you see that the validation is automatically fired. Okay, let's see. Give something name. Something. See, I'm intensely putting the mismatch. Let's see what happened. Okay, form submitted successfully. If you see that, it's saying the prompt successful. So see here, it was too simple to create a web page. I will cover this one, that how to set up. Currently, initially I should have set up this one, the launch.json, so that it can open this here. But somehow I missed that one, so I'm not going back to over there, and I'm not going to set up. So if you face the problem, then we can later on I will create a another small video where you can set and configure this launch.json file so that you can run directly from here. But if you see here, the web page is running. Now let me change the color of this button. So if you want to change the color of this page, go to the files one, again open here and ask, okay, change color of submit button, no, register button, register button to green. Now if you see that it's opening the same window, but I want to open this style sheet from here, body register page. Okay, now I will type here. So let me close. Okay, and if you see that currently it is referring to the style.css. It means whatsoever I'm going to ask here, it will make the changes to the this style sheet. So let's change the style sheet. Change button color to green. So here if you see that it's giving me the options, and now if you see here the buttons, it's saying automatically change, apply the changes. So just let's go ahead, change, applying code block, done. If you see that these two line has been changed, save it. Okay, now if you see that there is a change, is there any change on your page? This window will show you that yes, there has been some change. So you have to go and save it. Control yes, and it is saved. Now if I refresh the page, you will see that change affected. If you see, the register page has been changed. Okay, now if you see here, it's saying username, email, password. Let me add few more field over here. For that, let me go back to the index.html. So keep the windows open, keep that particular page open where you want to change. Now if you see that it's saying index.html. So now any changes I'm going to make will be effective to the index.html. So let's go ahead and few more things. So let me ask add first name and last name in, let's see if we're giving incorrect, then how, let's see the how what it's doing. In the for after username field, the prompt doesn't seems to be correct for me, but let's see how it is doing. Most of the time it automatically sense what I'm trying to see. Okay, now if you see that it's intelligent enough, it got what you wanted and added those one. See here, if I added this one. To make this change effective to your page, go to the top and click over here, apply to the index. Just click here and here you're done. Now if you see that first name, last name, this piece of code has been added. Accept from here. Okay. Now if I refresh this page, oh, not here. Okay. Oh, not saved. So let me save it. Control S. And now refresh. See here. First name and last name field has been added. So this is one of the very interesting and very powerful code feature which has been provided by Microsoft, at least for developer. If you see that we were able to create this entire page, and this page is not only a normal page. If you see that this is very much responsive. Let me resize the page. If you see that it's working perfectly for any size. So this is fully functional, a responsive web page, and we created everything just in few minutes without writing a single line of code, just giving prompt to the GitHub Copilot. So that's the power of GitHub Copilot. This is the very small demo. It has much powerful to do. For example, let me give you one more very interesting thing on the very interesting feature of the GitHub Copilot. I don't know what does this code does. So if I select this one, open the prompt, and I ask explain the code. For example, you have very lengthy code and you want to create the documentation for that. What does it do? So either you have to go everything and do right, but here if you select that one and just give the prompt, explain the code. Now you will see that it will automatically generate a document for me explaining all the feature available of the code. Now if you see that it's creating, and here is the complete explanation of this page. If you see that it's giving the complete explanation. I have used a normal HTML page of the code. You can use any complex SQL logic over here. Paste it here, ask Copilot to explain. It will give a very powerful and very easy and user-friendly way of the explanation. So these are some of the very powerful feature which every developer should know. So let's connect in some next video, and we will explore more power of the Visual Studio Code. In next one, we will try to create a complete fully functional web page using the some maybe we'll try using the ASP.NET C# backend. We can use any SQL Server or anything. So we'll see that how we can create. But in meantime, try to create your page, web page, do some R&D, do some research, and let me know if you feel face any problem. Feel free to comment, reach out to me for any wherever you need some help from me. Thank you everyone. Thank you. Let's meet in the next session.